Hey, welcome to Lab Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
And today we are going to play
Feudum. Yes,
finally.
All right, Feudum is a action selection game, I guess you would say.
Area control.
Right, area control, action selection, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Designed by Mark Swanson for Odd Bird Games.
Mm-hmm.
Plays 2 to 5 players in 80 to 180 minutes. So we'll see.
We'll see how long this goes. But after the break, join us at the table and we'll show you how it plays. Hey, welcome back. So, what do we have here? We have Feudum, set up for 2 players. On a ginormous board.
Yeah, it's enormous, but yes. I think we have to fit, so.
So hopefully you can follow along with what's going on. All right, so let's go quickly over the board. I'm not going to cover all the setup because we'll be here for an hour and a half just doing that.
Yeah.
So basically this is the map of the world, and we are vying for control in the kingdom in one of 6 territories, or as many of the 6 territories as you can. There's all different kinds, right? So that you just have to keep track of some that are a little bit tricky. Like over here, you start on the far left, you've got this water section. These 2 little islands make up the water,
right.
the water zone. Then you've got the islands, right? Then you've got like the forest,
the hills,
the forests, the badlands, the desert, the mountains. So there's a bunch of different areas. There's roads to travel between the cities, and we'll talk about travel later on when we get into it. But your standard point track for victory points around the board. A lot of points in this game. And on the left and the far right side, you'll see there are these 6 sort of action spots with resources on them. And those represent the 6 different guilds in this game. And a lot of this game is about not only area control and resource gathering and management, but also manipulating guilds.
I was going to say influencing, yeah.
Influencing guilds, and that's the way to score in this game. So you got to really look at a lot of different things. Out of the 6 guilds, just cover them real quick. You've got the farmer, who has farm resources, and you've got these beads, which we'll explain. Rosaries. We'll explain that in a minute. But you've got the merchant, who kind of has a bunch of different types of goods for sale. You've got the alchemist, who creates boats and bombs, or like gunpowder barrels. Across the board, you've got the knight, who really just holds the barrels for the gunpowder and gathers your influence tokens.
Yeah, most importantly, has your influence tokens, then you need to get them from
You need to get them. So over here you have the noble, and the nobles have the king's seals that you want to get because you can do some good things with those later. And finally you have the monk, or the priest, who has the rosary beads, right? And you'll notice that a lot of the guilds have sort of a relationship with those next to them and across from them. And we'll explain that again as well as we start. Over here you have these epoch tiles. Now there's 4 epochs. Tiles. 5 epochs really, but there's 4 tiles. Epic epochs, is that what you said? And they're stacked in 1 through 4 order, on the bottom being number 5. And these are, we'll explain that as well, because they're more or less the timer, plus they actually do things. They're wild.
They'll be like landscapes and stuff, so
we'll see. And we'll show you how that works too. So that's the board real quick. I'm being very brief here because there's just way too much. The gameplay
we will explain as we go.
Yeah, as we do normally. Over here is going to tell us when epochs trigger. Over here you have sort of like...
It's our catapult.
It's our catapult, but it really tracks how much fighting you've done.
Yeah, it tracks our investment in our military service.
Yes.
So if you have feudums on the board, which we may at some point,
you
need to be doing your military service, and this is where that is tracked.
Yeah, or you will lose lots of points.
Yes.
We have pawns in this game. We've got 3.
And they're cubes.
They look like dice, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're 6-sided because each side represents a different guild, and that's what your pawn is going to represent when they're out on the board. And it stands for more or less like your influence in that guild, and you will actually start to vie for control because each guild has, in a 2-player game, a guild master and a guild journeyman. In a higher player count, you'll have an apprentice, but there is no apprentice.
Right.
It's ignored for the 2-player game. So you've got 3 of these that you can have out on the board at any point. We start with resources, 7 food. So the green cubes are food. You start out with 7 food. We've got these 3 tokens that are sort of multi-purposed.
Right.
Some are blank, some sides are blank, some are not. These symbols here are reeves, and they're used for just scoring extra bonus points when activating guild actions. We'll explain that if that happens later. It's optional. We have our little bag, which we're going to place resources in to sort of help us manipulate actions later on. We start with 7 influence cubes. That's what we get for influence. Once you run out, you've got to find ways to get more. Everything you do in this game costs influence. And most importantly, you have the 11 action cards. And every round, we're going to be playing 4 cards. And the 4 cards... you can boost it to 5 with certain resources. We'll explain that as well. But they are how you do your actions and how you get people on the board, how you get them off the board, how you get them around the board, how you attack, how you defend, how you do everything in this game is governed by these cards. And we'll explain them as well as we play.
All right.
Up here, we have the King's Writ deck, right? So these are writs. And what they'll do is they'll give us bonus endgame scoring possibilities or one-time use actions that we'll earn throughout the game with these. And they're really good if you can get them. Back to the board. Last thing before we get started, all right? Because we'll talk about everything else once we get through this part. You'll notice that these little tokens out on the board. These have been randomly seeded. There are spots with these pink circles. There are 6 of them, all in the center. And they use these special pink marked tokens. And what that means is when we start the setup, these certain 6 tokens have to go on these spaces. I don't know which, you have them face down and then you reveal them once you put them there. But once you see them, the rest of them face down randomly get placed on these little circle spots. And these are going to represent all of the towns and buildings out there, right? So you've got 3 different types of main basic structures. You've got farms. You've got towns or villages.
Towns, yeah.
Towns. And you've got...
Outposts.
Outposts, right? And every one of them has a different sort of ability, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of structures you have there, you'll be able to do certain things at certain times. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like as vague as I can be.
Right. And they all upgrade into something else. So an outpost upgrades to a farm. Yep. Farm to a town, and a town to a feudum, which are those tokens up there, which we'll go through later on as well. So that's it for the brief overview of the parts and the board. Again, I'm not going to tell you the setup because the book tells you, it walks you right through it. Right. So we're just about ready for setup. We do have to go in and put some more resources on the board and draw 3 resources each randomly and then place our pawns. So we're going to go and do that and come right back. All right, we're back and things happened.
I'm so nervous right now.
How are you? Well, let me explain what happened real quick. So we, in Epoch 1, which is, here's the round track out of the 5 epochs from Epoch 1. So at the beginning of the game, you're going to put 1 randomly drawn good out of the haversack. It's got all the goods in it. Draw 1 at a time and put them in the northernmost landmarks in each zone.
Which is indicated here. So, this epoch we did north, next epoch we'll do south, and so it'll tell you where to put goods.
It's like repopulating the board with goods. Then we each took 3 goods from the haversack of our choice and then put them here. One exception here. Let me go over the goods real quick. So there's saltpeter, which is the white good, which can be used to play an extra card, an action card. So instead of starting with 4, you start with 5, but you have to put that in your little sack to indicate that you're using it because you're spending it, right? You've got sulfur, which is the yellow ones. And when you get a sulfur, you have to immediately decide whether or not you want to put it in your inventory to use for something else or to put it in a barrel where it can only be used to boost...
To sustain your people.
Sustain people.
You feed them with wine, essentially, thematically, is what's happening.
Pretty much, yeah. If you have the sulfur out of your barrel, you can use it to, like, boost your, what is it?
You can use it to upgrade. No, you can use it to upgrade, I forget, like an outpost to a farm to something else. Like that.
Is it one of the upgrade costs? Yeah, something like that. But,
anyway.
Yeah, we'll go through that in a bit. So then you have the black ones, which are iron. The brown ones, which are wood. And the green ones, as we said earlier, which is food. So I took a wood and an iron and a sulfur.
Oh, I'm sorry. The sulfur, you can do a sequential action.
Ah, that's right, sequential
So,
action.
so the way this is going to work is we're each going to take turns taking one action at a time. So if you want to use your sulfur, put it in your bag. You can actually take one action right after this action that you did.
Right.
Which we've never done.
I don't
think
really
it might be more useful in a higher player count.
Probably,
Maybe
if you
where
wanna
don't want the board to get too screwed up.
If you want to move and attack real quick
Right.
without giving somebody a chance to do something else, or
Right.
move and take over and influence a place before you think somebody else is going to take it. It's
Yeah.
good for those like quick moments, but the board's not as tight, obviously, with two players. So we did that. We then chose one of our pawns and chose which side to put it on in player order, and then placed it next to one of the 6 starting towns.
Right.
So who did you choose?
So I chose the alchemist first.
Okay.
And I placed him down here in the desert. And what that did was, in each of our cases, allowed us to have influence in the guild that we're associated with, because we're the only people with cubes out. So we each took the first spot on the respective guild. So I am now the guild master. I'm that guy.
You're the Alchemy Guild Master, yes. And I chose the Merchants Guild, so I am now the Guild Master of the Merchant. Had I put out the Alchemist instead, then we both would have had one influence in the Alchemist Guild, but since she got there first, I'd have to take the Journeyman seat.
Right.
And I would be the Journeyman. And there's benefits to that as well. So it's not all bad to be, not the Guild Master.
Yeah.
So we did that, which is really kind of setting the stage for where we want to go with this, because
Right.
each pawn, with each guild has a different ability for your pawns, and you'll see
Right.
that as we go along, like special, because we're playing the advanced rules here. So we've also gone ahead and chosen our 4 action cards for the first round. We're doing all this off camera because it is just a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
And this video will be 6 hours long, and we don't want to do that to you.
It's fun for us, not for you.
Yes. So you can go ahead. You're player 1. You go ahead and play your move.
Okay. How do you want to move? How do you know I'm going to move?
Well, I mean, play your card.
Yeah. Actually, I want to check something. Okay.
All right. Now, while you're doing that, vessels, real quick. The guild, the Alchemist Guild, has 2 vessels out. He's got a boat, and he's got an airship, right, like a blimp. And on the board, you'll see these like little dots. You probably can't because you're 1,000 miles away, but there are these little arrows. There's like bubbles in the water. Like those are trails that you would need a submersible to go through.
So-
There's little waves, which you would need a boat to go on. There's these like little birds that you need a fly ship to go on. The roads you can just go on with your pawn. But you need these vehicles if you want to get to these islands, for example. You can't just go there. You have to actually buy the vehicle and go. The only exception is if there's no vehicles in the shop, you can actually take these rowboats up the river if they're indicated on the map.
But only if there's no vehicles in the shop. So
Correct.
it's actually kind of a pain sometimes.
Yeah, so the mountains are kind of tough to get into.
All right, so I'm gonna take my guild action. So I'm playing my guild action card
Probably put it there
there,
so you can see.
and I'm going to use the alchemist's action, and I'm just going to, for right now, I'm just going to use his regular standard action.
Go to trade
Which
with
is
the
going to
alchemist.
be trading with him. So this is not because I'm in the alchemy guild, but I'm still doing it. So I'm going to buy for 3 shillings, and I'll explain how it's distributed in a minute, a something. Maybe I'm going to buy the airship.
Okay.
So this right now is just going to go in kind of my player area. That means I have an airship I can deploy at some point. Now, the cost is 3 shillings. How you pay for this, it doesn't all go to the bank. So the first shilling goes to the guild master, which is me. So I get to keep that, which is part of the reason why I did that.
Yes.
The second shilling is going to go to
The journeyman.
but there's no journeyman in this case. So it's going to go to the bank. And then the third shilling, or anything that's left, is going to go to the coffer on the other side of the board. So the priest's area over here and also the farmer's area on this side of the board are called coffers. And that's where they will kind of collect the extra income from the opposite side of the board. So when we do some more advanced actions, which you'll see a little bit later on, we may have the opportunity to actually take the money that's in the coffer, or take part of the money that's in the coffer. So that's kind of important to remember. But
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's it. So that was my one.
That's your action. I'm going to play the migrate action.
Oh, okay.
What the migrate allows me to do is deploy another pawn at the cost of 1 food. So when you pay your resources, they go right into the sack, the haver sack. And I can put them out in any side I want. And it has to go to a location where I either have influence or I have a pawn.
Right.
So the only place I can do it right now is right there. And I have to just decide what guild do I want to place here to influence. And that's pretty interesting. Yeah. I think I'm going to put out the nobleman.
The noble.
The noble.
The noble woman.
Noble woman. So I am going to become the guild master of the nobles guild.
Okay. Congratulations.
That is my turn. You could also use the migrate card instead to withdraw a pawn from the board.
And you don't have to pay for food for that, I guess.
You do not.
You just have to pay when he goes. To
You
feed
do.
him. All right. Do I want to migrate right now? I think I'm going to take my. I'm going to actually take a repeat action. So this big repeat scorpion guy, it's like a unicorn, like a long
A unicorn dragon.
Lets you repeat any action that has which card has the ×2 on it. So most of your actions, but primarily like your guild action, your move action, that kind of thing. And I'm going to take his guild action again and spend another 3 shillings. So 1 to me, 1 to the bank, 1 to the coffer, and buy this ship.
Why do you keep buying all those ships?
Because I don't like buying them later.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a pain. All right.
Well, that's ×2. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move. And you can move up to the limit of how many pawns you have on the board.
Correct.
Pawns and or monsters. So I only have...
The monster.
I've got 2 pawns on the board, so I get 2 moves. And I can split it up any way I want between my pawns. I can move 1 pawn 1, 2 each, or I can move 1 pawn twice. But I'm going to go ahead and move my merchant up here. And when I stop here, if there is a good there, I can pilfer 1 good, as long as I don't control or have influence. I'm not the ruler of that province, right? And there's nobody rules any of these right now.
Right.
I'm going to leave my queen B.
Okay.
Get that?
Yeah.
And then there we go. My
Okay.
turn is over.
Cool. So I'll take my migrate action now. So I'll pay my food to the haversack.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring out... Ooh, who do I want to bring out? I can go... Maybe I'll bring out the farmer.
Okay.
It's either the farmer or that guy, maybe.
The priest?
Yeah, I'll go farmer.
The monk?
Yeah, that works for me. And so I'll bring her out right there. So this goes up here.
All right.
Your turn.
I'm going to play influence.
Mm-hmm.
And what I get to do now is put down influence anywhere I have a pawn.
Right.
So I'm going to now put influence here. And if there's no influence there, you immediately become the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And I put an influence there. If I already had an influence there, I would put an influence here.
As a subject.
As a subject to my rule. So you cannot have any more than 3 influence on any one location, and only 2 of them can be of 1 color. And there can
Yes.
only be 2 colors in all 3.
Did you memorize the rulebook? Because
Yes.
it sounds like you did.
I did. I've read it enough
We've read it
times.
so many
Let me tell you. Okay.
All right. And for my final action, I will move. So I'm going to go here
Mm-hmm.
and take this sulfur, and I'm going to put it in my wine barrel. What
We're
color
both
am I?
over here.
Right there. Okay.
Pilfer.
Pilfer.
All right. You
And,
moving the other one?
I'm going to move the other one, I think, too. I'm going to move him to the same spot. I'll bring this guy up here.
Okay. All right. My final action is the guild action, and I'm going to visit the monk And I'm going to take his trade action, so I'm going to pay him 3. And anybody can take a trade action. You don't have to be in the guild. There's other actions we haven't demonstrated yet. A push and pull, they're called, and we'll explain them later. 3 coin. So there's no guild master, there's no journeyman, and this goes to the coffer on the other side of the board. But now, what you do here is I take one of the highest and the lowest bead. The other player mixes them up, puts one in each hand, and I choose one of them, and that's the one I keep. The other one goes back on the rosary. I'll take that one. And you gave me the 2. Awesome. That was the low one. I think the denomination is like 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So that goes in my inventory now. Now I have a bead, and what that does, I'll explain later. So that's it. That ends our round because we've played our 4 actions each. And we now check to see a couple things happen, right? And there's an awesome reference
really good
card,
guide,
right? So it tells us exactly what we need to do. So after we take our actions, we have to nourish our pawns.
Right.
So you have to feed everybody on the board, all the squares.
It's such a square.
There's a couple ways you could feed them, but the easiest way is just give them food. We're not going to feed them with sulfur yet. You'll understand how that works in a bit. Next thing we do is re-roll. Player 1 rolls the progress die.
Okay, and this is again kind of to keep our timer going.
Yep.
Since it's kind of self-induced, the timer, but this keeps us on pace. So what you'll do is this die has faces associated with each of these regions, and this one happens to be the hills with water. These ones, I guess.
No, that's the ocean.
Or these guys right
the
here.
islands, yeah.
So this gets removed from the game, and that just kind of moves this along a little bit.
So the second epoch is going to occur once 4 of these purple 2s are showing. And since there's only 1, it's not going to end, right? So since we're not advancing the epoch, we're ending the round. That's pretty much it. So I get the player 1 token and the die to roll at the end of this round, and then we start over.
Yep.
Okay, I'm player 1.
Yes, you are.
So I get to go first.
Okay.
I don't know what I want to do yet, though. All right, I guess what I could do is I'm just going to go ahead and move first. Make it simple.
Okay.
And I get to move up to 2 spaces. So I'm going to move my noble 1, 2, and I'm going to pilfer that food.
Great.
That's my move, literally.
Oh yeah, it's my turn.
That's
okay.
my move.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to move the other one. Okay.
That was 2 spaces. That's the extent. I was like, what is happening right now?
All right, I'm going to move as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to move this guy up here.
Whoa, hey.
What?
I'm ruling this city.
That's okay. I'm just hanging out.
Okay, we'll see about that.
And then I'm going to bring my cool boat out that I bought last round. And I'm going to put my guy on here. And for my second move, I'm going to go like that. And you'll see, and you probably can't see this, but maybe we can throw a photo up or something. But there's different kind of, not terrain types, but like, I guess, travel types. So you have waves on here, and boats are, only boats can travel across the waves. And then you also have these little specks, and that's where the submarines can go. And then these little birds, that's like only air travel. Other than that, you can't move.
Cannot move.
This is my second move.
That was it.
Yep.
You are done. Okay, I'm going to influence. And I'm going to put 1 there. And do I want to put more out? I don't think so.
Okay.
I could,
could.
I could bolster one of these 2 if I think I'm under threat.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm under threat
I'm not threatening to you.
And the only one who could really mess with those rulers is if you had maybe a merchant out there.
Yeah.
Who
can like buy them. They like buys their
money is
loyalty.
Influence. That's their ability, and
Yeah.
they can do bad things.
All right, so you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, I'm going to migrate another guy
Oh man.
out.
Okay.
And who am I going to bring out?
Now,
Yes?
here's a special thing.
Okay.
Every action, and I'll cover this really quick. Every action has a picture of a guild master on it, or a guild, right? And it's really, it's so that you know that the advanced action on the card
Oh, right, yeah.
relates to that guild. So this is obviously the Alchemist Guild. So, and it tells you what happens here. So when you do the migrate action, if you happen to have an Alchemist on the board,
Which I do.
you can place your pawn that you're migrating on any of the starter areas without you having any influence or another pawn there. That's the ability.
Right, yeah.
So
and actually, I may
technically that
I'm gonna do
applies
that.
to you because you
Yeah.
have the alchemist.
Yeah, that's really great, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm sure you
and
are.
that being said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna place this guy, even though I don't know which guy I want.
I'll take your food while you're
Yeah,
at
take the food I
it. Go
put down.
ahead.
I'm thinking about like their push-pull actions too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the clergyman and put him out here.
Interesting.
So if you could put that out there
So
for
you
me.
now run
He's fed.
the monks. He's
Okay,
fed. All right, you're done.
I'm done.
You are done. I'm going to go ahead and do the harvest action. So to harvest, you basically you draw 5. You're going to produce 5 goods on one of your farms, and that farm you have to choose depending on how much of a yield. So they're going to have 5 plus the number of any beads you happen to hold. These rosaries, right? I have a +2, so I'm actually going to draw 7. So based on this chart on the harvest card, which is probably very small, but with a 7 harvest, 5, if I want to take a tribute of it or my own little piece of it, because I rule this land, I can draw 5 of the 7 randomly and then take 2 randomly into my possession. And I'm going to do that. When I do that, though, the church isn't happy about it. So this little bead will then become a seal, a royal seal.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Can I bring him over here instead?
Oh, already she's cheating. Well, you could. Yes, you can because you have somebody
he's there, right?
There you
Because
go.
that's like originally what I was gonna do anyway.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't know you're still hung up on your turn.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was
So,
totally listening.
I'm going to pull 5 out randomly for the farm. So the farm just produced all this good. And I'm going to grab 2 more for myself because I'm a dirty, rotten ruler.
Yes.
So right in my inventory.
That's good.
Yes, that's very good actually. So that was my harvest. If I was the farmer on the board, like none of us, you had the
I
farmer
am,
with little
yeah.
sheep, then I would have actually been able to draw all 7 and chose the 2 tribute
Yeah.
to myself
Right.
of what I've had. So you get to look at them first.
Yeah.
That's the bonus for the farm, the advanced. So you're good.
Great. All right, cool. So I am now, I'm going to repeat again. So now this is interesting because I'm going to repeat my move action, which means I'll be moving twice this round or this turn. So I'll do my move first. So I'm going to move this guy over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this guy all the way up here. So he's floating around like crazy.
Okay.
And because I took 2 moves this turn, that actually allows me to advance up this exploration track. So it's kind of like this epic voyage that I'm going on,
Right.
I guess. And that'll get us some victory points at the end of the game, and also along the way gives you like cards and stuff,
Right.
writs and things that you can take advantage of.
Just
So
it's like an expedition you're
Yeah.
going on. Only if you do the double or
it's like a
move.
bonus if
Yeah.
you do a double move. So
All right, so it's my turn.
yes, I wanted to.
You gonna cheat again?
Well, here's the thing. So I have this. I'm not going to, but I wanted to point this out because this clergyman moved. His bonus action is actually that he uses Godspeed
Yeah, he's
to
got-
move 1 extra
Yeah.
if he wants to.
Because he's extra.
He's so extra, but he's not going to.
You're pretty much at a dead end right now, so he's not going
What?
anywhere. He'd have to go back because
Uh-uh.
you can't get here, and you
Unless,
can't.
unless you have an airship.
Oh, you do. Oh, all right. Very well. Okay, my turn.
Okay.
All right. One thing I forgot to do is when you harvest, you actually earn a point on the card.
Woohoo! The first point.
The
of
first
the game.
veneration point scored.
Okay.
All right,
It's your turn.
my final action is I'm going to do a guild action.
Okay. Do you know which guild action you're going to take?
Well, see, I'm not sure if I want to actually just go to a guild
And
and
trade?
trade, or if I want to actually push some stuff
Okay.
around. But I think I want to do some trading, and I'm going to just go to the Merchants Guild. I'm going to buy some stuff.
Okay.
So I'm literally just going to buy. You're allowed to buy up to 3 goods. I'm going to spend $3 and buy 3 food.
Okay.
So like we showed you before, right? So the first dollar goes to the guild master, which is me, The second dollar goes to whoever the journeyman is, which is nobody. The third dollar is going to come across and feed your coffers. Don't like that.
Yeah.
But that's it. I just did the trade action,
Okay.
and I am done.
Cool. And I'm going, for my last action, I'm going to take influence. So I place influence everywhere I am.
Yep.
And
will
he
explain that
becomes, so because you're here,
because I'm ruling.
because you're ruling, he actually becomes a serf.
A serf. So basically a serf just tends the land, and you'll understand that when we go there. So we're done.
Yes.
All right, so that ends the round again, so we have to nourish our pawns. So you have actually 3 on the board now.
I do.
So you have to pay 3 food. I have to pay 2.
And I will pay 3. Thinking if I want to do, I'll save my sulfur, I might as well. There you go.
Yeah. All right, so pawns are fed. If you can't feed them, they come off the board.
Yep.
And you lose your influence, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Do we advance epoch? No, because we didn't do anything to grab these off. But I have to roll the die. And to give you an idea, these come off. You get these by upgrading buildings.
Which we haven't done yet.
Which we haven't done yet, so that's why you haven't seen this happen.
No, on the board.
Of the islands. And that would be you. All right, so this goes off the board.
Okay.
We're getting one step closer. All right. Next round begins. So we get to draw 4 new action cards and start again.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like we're each putting out a saltpeter,
I have so much to do.
which means we're playing an extra action each. So 5 actions this round.
Bonus round.
Bonus. All right, you are player 1, so you lead us off.
Okay. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm going to take guild action. And I'm going to use my push from this lady.
All right.
So wait, did we do a push yet?
We have not.
Okay, so here's how this works. So these guys and gals have some ancillary actions called push and pull actions. So if you're a guild owner or guild leader, right, guild master, you have the opportunity to push. And essentially, it's just going to award you the same number of victory points no matter who you use, but you're doing different things. So what the farmer can do is she takes 5 of these goods, and I'll take these 5. And she pushes them over to the merchant, which makes sense thematically, right? And fills his buckets.
Fill your bucket.
And fills his shelves with stuff. So, depending on how many shelves she's filled, tells you how many points she will get. So, she's filled 3 different rows, the saltpeter, the sulfur, and the food. So that awards 6 points.
Big Phil.
So, Big Phil.
Big Phil.
It was Big Phil. That's it. So.
Also, if you do a push or pull
and I get the
action,
coffer, right?
you would split the coffer, but you take
no
the
one.
difference, so you
Yeah.
get the 1. You would split it with the journeyman.
Yeah.
So, tough luck, journeyman. So you're good?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna do an explore action. We haven't done that yet. So for every fort you control or you rule, you draw 2 cards from the writs and you keep 1. And you can pay 1 iron to do it again. To draw an extra and keep an extra. So let me pick what I want here. All right. I will keep this one and I will discard that one.
Okay.
I will draw 2 more and I will...
Keep them up a little bit.
Oh, well, I'm trying to show like the camera. Yeah, you're going to have to look aside.
They can't see those.
So there's 2, like we said, there's 2 different types of cards. There's some that tell you what land masses you want to populate, and there's some that actually give you like instants, right? Wow, so this looks quite interesting. But I think I'm going to go for this one. This is an end game one, and I'll just get rid of that. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
But I've got some cards now I can do things with. All right. And if you're not sure what they are, there's a handy dandy reference on the back of the book.
Yes. All right. So my turn? Okay. So I'm going to repeat and take another guild action, but this time I'm going to buy food because I'm poor. And I will buy 1, 2, 3 foods that I just pushed over. It's kind of weird that I'm the farmer and like I had to basically buy my own food from a merchant, right? So 1 goes to you.
From
It's
me.
cheap.
Oh yeah, you've like cornered the market on coffers.
I know.
Was
The
that,
corners.
was that intentional?
I don't know. Maybe.
Murder.
Remember? I'll
Murder.
tell you my strategy.
Yes.
Here we
So I am going to do. You know what? This is a good one. So I'm gonna do a guild. No, yeah. I'm gonna do the guild action, and I'm gonna go to the farmer, and I'm gonna basically harvest all my goods out of one farm and trade them in to the guild.
Okay.
And she gives you an exchange rate of 2 to 1. So I gave her 5, so I get 2 food, and that comes from the haversack. And she can hold up to 10 goods. Anything over 10 becomes overflow. And the overflow amount is how many beads she has on chickens.
Right.
So right now overflow is 2. So
Yes.
2 would then overflow into
Because
the
they're like
merchant.
blessed chickens, I
They're
guess.
so
or
blessed.
something.
They would go into 2 goods would go into the whatever would fit into the
Right.
merchants guild, and then if not, they would go into the alchemist guild, and anything extra that doesn't fit goes back to
Back
the
to the
bag.
haversack, yeah.
So that is my guild action.
All right.
I could have traded them for money too. It's
Right.
either $1 per 2 or 1 food for 2. I like
Yeah.
having food because
Yeah, food is good.
it gets tough.
Yeah, it gets difficult. All right, I'm going to move. And I'm going to take, I can move 3 because I have 3 guys. So actually, I can go 1, 2, and I'll pick up that food. And then maybe I'll move this guy on his airship.
Okay.
Why not? Whoop. Oh, he could move 1 more, actually.
Yes,
as
he has
well.
the Godspeed.
The Godspeed ability. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Really go out here. in the
You
middle
really
of
are
nowhere.
going into the mountains. It's pretty good though.
Oh, wait a minute. That is the mountains, isn't it?
It sure
All right, I'll
is.
stay in the mountains.
You don't want to go to the
Well,
mountain.
they made this one look kind of pointy,
Yeah,
like a mountain,
but it's still brown.
but it's kind of a greenish. All right, your turn.
So you're good?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move 2 spaces. Bring my nobleman back home. That's 1, 2.
Okay.
Your turn.
Are you gonna fight me?
I'm not fighting you.
No.
Why
Are
are
you
you
gonna
not-
starve me?
I've got
out?
nothing to fight you
You're
for.
starving me out, aren't you?
Oh, why would I do that?
He's gonna starve me out. Just watch. All right, so I'm going to place influence. And I only have 1 guy,
Okay.
so that's unfortunate because I have a lot of spots where I'm located right now. But I will take. We'll go down here.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh, you only had 1 influence token.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to play the Conquer card.
Yeah, you are gonna starve me.
One major rule with this card is it cannot be the last card you play that turn.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't give the other players a chance to defend. But I'm not going to do it for its Conquer, because the Conquer card is used to fight pawn to pawn or pawn to feudum, and there's no feudums out. So, and I could use it to fight your pawn, but it would be silly, because the defender is always at the advantage. But the special ability, so it's and or, so I can do the combat, or I can do a move called Starve the People. So my noblewoman is going to starve the
That's
people.
not very noble.
She's not. It's ignoble, actually. And what she does is she will starve a serf or a subject out of a location, bring it back to its owner. I get no victory points for it.
No, you definitely do not.
I do not. But I do get to fill up one of my military requirements
Yes.
on this
I
track.
don't know how that's really considered military. I don't agree with that.
I think it's just a way to keep you from having to fight each other, which is good. I
That's fine.
appreciate that.
Yeah, well, now at least I have an influence to put out.
Yes.
All right. So for my last action, I'm going to harvest.
Oh.
So I will take the haversack, please.
Okay, so are you doing a full?
I'm sorry.
How many farms do you have?
I
Just
have one farm.
One farm.
That's why I had to
Okay.
put that influence out.
Ah,
See what I did there?
I see.
So I get to take 5. Okay, great.
Are you going to take tribute from this farm?
Yeah, of course I am.
Because as the farmer guild master with the pawn on the board,
But I only get to take one.
you only get to take one.
I'll take a food.
Food for the pawns. All right. So my final action is going to be to improve. And what I'm going to do is create the first feudum of the game.
Nice.
Because I do have, and it's going to cost me one of these.
So you're going to be starving my people for the rest of the game.
All my people.
Awesome.
So that is out. And I have to take a town that I control, that I rule, and make it a feudum. And I get to choose what type of feudum I want. This is quite interesting. What I'll do, I will make it, I'm going to make it I'm just trying to think of, because you can do pull actions too. What is her pull action?
I can do pull actions too? What are you trying to make it so I can't do anything?
No. As in, if I go into one of your guilds.
Yes, I will still be able to do stuff.
Pull. I think I'm going to do no, I know you'll be able to. It'll allow me to do a pull.
It'll allow you to do a push, because a feudum is worth 3.
Oh, it is.
It's worth 3 influence as opposed to 1. So the cubes, as far as the guilds are concerned, the cubes are worth 1 influence, where a feudum is actually worth 3, which makes it beneficial to get feudums out on the board so that you can kind of pull pawns back or reallocate them in other guilds. But yeah, so you will, by doing that, what'd you do, Alchemist?
Yeah.
So you're pulling me back to journeyman status, and you're actually going to become the
Master of Guilds.
There you go.
Excellent. Okay. And I look at the landscape that I created this upgrade on, and it is what?
That is the mountains. It's
The mountains.
The funny looking trees.
The funny looking trees. So I actually get to keep this tile and use it as a wild or as a landscape upgrade, which I could do at some point. But because it's epoch 1 and I did a feudum, I get 4 points.
4. You have 5. Okay.
All right.
All right. That was dirty. Dirty pool.
I had to do it.
All right. I'm rolling this progress die.
Okay.
Water.
Oh my.
Okay, so that triggers it.
Yeah, that totally triggers it. So first thing first is we have to feed our pawns.
Yep.
So I want to feed 2 food.
3 food.
All right, and then you roll the progress die. Now we advance the epoch marker. So we are actually moving into epoch 2 because we have 4 of those showing. And now we score guilds first.
Right.
So guild master spots are worth 5. Journeymans are worth what? 3? So I get 15 points.
Okay.
And you get 5.
10. 13.
13. And you get a lot of points.
Where am I at? Here? Was it 6? Yeah, 19.
Okay. And now we score landscapes.
So we don't have any landscapes out right now.
We have no landscapes out. That would be these tiles.
Yeah.
And active regions. So how many active regions do you have?
I forget. Do my cubes count?
It's where you have influence.
Just influence? Okay. So 1, 2, 3 regions.
All right. So 3 regions, you get, tells you on this card, 3 regions, you get 5 points. And I have 1, 2 regions. So I get 3 points.
Okay.
Okay. So then we do subtract victory points for disloyalty. So had I not done that starve the people, I would have lost 3 points.
Right.
But I did.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I did it. It's not that
And this is tough because you really did have to do it. If you're going to make feudums, you have to do stuff like that. That's kind of nasty. So in the 2nd and 4th and 5th epochs, that's when the catapult, I guess, that kind of strikes or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you've done this, and it's cumulative too. So if you hadn't done this, and you hadn't done it by the next
fourth epoch,
by the 4th epoch, when it's scored again, you actually would have lost 3 points again, plus another 4 points.
7 points.
So it's a lot.
It can crush
really
you.
adds up.
All right, so now we're going to replenish the landscapes, but there are no landscapes out there. And then we're going to replenish the map.
Perfect. So we're doing southern locations.
Southern
Ready to
location.
have a sack?
So there are 6 locations. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. And do you see it? Oh, here we go.
5. Should be one up here. There it is, right there.
Here?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And then 6.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. So landscapes are replenished. In Epoch 3, we'll replenish the guilds, so we don't have to do that now.
Yep.
And that's it. That ends the first epoch
All right.
and the round. So I am now player 1.
And we begin again.
And we do it again. Okay. Action selection. Oh, crud.
What?
I didn't draw a card that I wanted. Oh, we have to get rid of our saltpeter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
and also, when doing the Starve the People move, we forgot to do.
Yeah, this needs to come out.
All those tokens come off, and they're gone. Because people are not happy.
Clearly.
Yes. I think I'll just start out with the migrate action. So I'm going to bring, for 1 food, another pawn onto the board. Okay. The question is, what do I want to bring? I want to bring a knight out. Boom. He's going to come out right here, and that's going to use my last influence token to go onto the board here.
You brought a knight out?
I did.
Right there?
Right on there.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I mean, where else am I going to put him?
No, I was overthinking what I wanted to do and I got too far ahead. Now I'm not prepared to do what I needed to do. I might need to pick different cards. Well, I got too far ahead of myself. I mean, I guess I can do this. It's just not really worth it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'll do it anyway. Alright. So I'll use my guild action. And first, I'm going to do a push action with my priest.
Okay.
See if he can, like,
All right,
muster up
so
some...
You're going to take the top and low.
Yes. Shake them up.
I did. Which hand?
2.
You got the 2. So how many points is that?
No points.
No, it is. Oh, there's
No,
a
it's not points.
because you need 4.
That sucks. That really, really blows.
Oh, you need 3 at least.
Yeah. So the way that his push action works is that you take the highest and lowest rosary bead, add them to whatever beads are in the chickens already, and if you get over 3, that awards you his first level points, over 6 awards you his second level points, and over 9 awards you his third level points. But
4,
I get
5, and 6 respectively.
0 points.
Yep.
See, and the coffer's not even that good. I don't even know why I did that. Just give me
so
$2.
you get $2.
Great. Your turn. I'm very unhappy right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make that clear.
I'm going to take a guild action. And I'm going to push with the Merchants Guild. And I'm going to push 4 goods. So I'm going to push a food and 2 sulfur. And that's it. I can't push any more. Actually, I can't even push 2 sulfur. I can push.
You can push 2 sulfur.
Oh yeah, I can take 2 in the ice cream bowl. 1, 2. So I filled that. I didn't fill the food.
So you filled 1.
I filled 1. How many points?
That's
is that?
4 points.
4 points.
Every point counts.
Yep.
Alright. So I'll take my repeat action.
Oh, I guess you do it again. You'll definitely get.
What?
I said if you did it again, you would definitely get your points.
I'm not doing that stupid action again. His guild action is the worst. It's like terrible. You never get points. Especially after you starve all the people and there's no more holy chickens.
That's true.
Actually, I'm going to use the repeat action and I'm going to use it on my guild, but I'm going to take the supplemental guild action. So at the bottom of the card, it explains how
Oh, it
this
has to be
works.
from the barrel.
Take my sulfur from the barrel.
Yes.
And what this allows me to do is to use the guild push or pull ability from either a pawn or a feudum that I am nearby.
Yeah.
So my alchemist is here. I'm going to use the push ability from the alchemist to build some barrels.
Okay.
This gives me 3 points automatically.
Well, I really set you up.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Did you know I was going to do that?
No, I was planning on doing it on a subsequent turn, so you kind of saved me in action, which is good.
Let me stop it. I don't want to hear from you anymore. So I'm going to build 1, 2.
Now, there's a cost in resources for each barrel, and you have to do them in order.
Yes.
So the first barrel,
one costs 2 saltpeter and a sulfur.
Correct.
The second costs a saltpeter and a sulfur.
Uh-huh.
And the third one costs a brown.
Wood. So you had enough, thanks to my push,
Yes.
to do
6.
3 barrels.
Yeah, 3 barrels.
And there is enough room here. So basically, actually no, you get a wood back over there because you only do 2 barrels because there's already 1 barrel built and there's only room for 3 barrels over there. So you can only build 2. That goes back in the shop.
All right, I'm over this.
So what happens is
1, 2.
the first barrel is.
I get 5 points.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Okay, that's not
big deal. First barrel is the first column and it's full. Second barrel is the next 2 columns and it's not, so you're allowed to. So you would fill up each column in each row to the end of that next barrel, right? Because not all rows are going to be equal at some point, right? So that's the first barrel you built.
Yes.
It's a barrel of gunpowder,
right?
And then the next barrel is going to fill all 3 of these. So this is like where it gets massive.
Yeah.
So that was a huge, huge way to fill up, and it's just a way to get influence.
And we need those influence out here. I mean,
well, think of it this way: when you take the trade action at the night, which we haven't done yet because there weren't enough influence tokens in there to make it worthwhile, it costs you 3 silver, but you take an entire row of influence tokens. So why wouldn't you wait? Right? Mm-hmm. And that was your action?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. We both needed this. I'm completely out of it with influence tokens. Oh. If you don't have influence tokens,
I feel so sad for you.
Why?
That you're out of influence tokens.
Well, not for long. Look at all these, just waiting. All right, so now it's basically full. So you essentially cannot do the gunpowder because they're like, we got enough. We don't need any more of this nonsense.
All right, so it's your turn.
Oh, so I took the. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do that. I actually did the times 2. So I will play the guild action again. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do the trade. And I'm going to buy for 3 silver. 1 to myself, 1 to the bank, and 1 to your farm coffer. Mm-hmm. And buy an entire row.
Perfect.
Of influence tokens.
Yeah, it needed to happen.
It really did. I'll put them there. All right. And that's it.
All right, cool. I will harvest. So I'll harvest on my farm.
Okay, so you get to draw 5, right? Yeah. Wow, you already have a bunch there. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Yeah. What's the max?
I think it's 10.
Okay. I'm over this so hard right now. I don't even want any of this crap.
Why? The saltpeter is great.
No, that's... I'm going to have to take the sulfur.
Put it in your
I'm just not going to be able to feed my people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody's starving my people.
All my people.
Your turn.
All right. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to harvest. But I only get... And now you get 5 plus 1 for every farm you rule. But we each only rule 1 farm. That's why we've only been pulling 5. And I don't have any more of those special beads.
Yeah.
Those beads are good for farming. I need to get more of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to pilfer 1 for myself. Oh, yeah. I like sulfur.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to improve.
Oh.
So I'm going to upgrade my farm that I just harvested from to, pay this please, to a town. So now it's a little town.
With crop.
With crops. So that goes away. And it is Epoch 2. Epoch 2.
Epoch 2, and you made a town?
Farm. Yeah, a town. So I get 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very good. Wow, you
Done.
Jumping ahead with the points, yeah. Okay, so that was the end of that round. So now we have to do the nourish.
Yes.
Not getting away with that.
2.
I have 3 food.
Okay, I have 2 food, and I'm going to pay a sulfur. So how the sulfur works, since we haven't done this yet, so one of these guys is going to need wine. I guess I'll give it to my clergyman.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So the way this works is you put the wine token, like you put the sulfur on the pond that you're nourishing, and it will actually stay there until next round, at the end of next round, when we have to feed again. And that will actually feed them for 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's what, yeah, I don't have to worry about feeding him next time, which is good.
Okay, so we are on to the next round then, right? Oh, progress die.
Yeah,
Oh,
roll
man.
that thing.
Here, so you're gonna take player 1 token.
Okay.
Let me get this thing rolled. The mountains.
This one?
Yeah, so you
Okay. Oh, I didn't take my, I improved my land, and I didn't take my thing.
which was
The Badlands.
the Badlands. Okay, so that's your tile.
Okay.
All right. So you can pull tiles up to the next epoch, but not beyond.
Right.
So we'd have to hit other.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Land masses.
improving in this area right now because you can't pull anything.
You can't pull that, right? So, all right, we're all set. Here's your die.
Thank
Let's
you.
go on to the next round. Ready, player 1.
Ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let me get started. For my first action, I will take a guild action.
Oh, dear.
All right, so I am going to... I'm going to use my... I'm going to actually trade with her, so I'm trading away the farm. So I have 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 6, 8.
8 goods?
8 goods.
Wow, so you get 4,
That's 4
food. I'll grab you 4 food out
So,
of the
and
bag.
some stuff's gonna happen over here. So, I have, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 goods. So we have to get rid of 8 of these. Well, actually, we can move 2 over, so we need to get rid of,
6.
yeah, so we'll drop 2 at random, I guess.
Drop 2.
Yeah, to move over to the next space. And these can't go there. And they can't go there either.
No. You move over as many as you can. But here's the thing.
Well, they have to be random.
At random, we need to get rid of 6.
Oh, you want to do that first?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't like this too?
4, 5, 6, right? So that's 12.
Okay.
So now you have to pick. No, you just move 2 over.
Yeah. And the brown can't go anywhere. So should I pick
Well,
a
no,
different
you
one?
just take whatever can fit.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to be
No,
random.
you fill up the merchant first, and then whenever it doesn't fill the merchant, you fill the rest.
Oh, okay.
Now, what's random is how much gets in her plot,
Oh, okay.
right? So she's get the 2 overflow.
Gotcha. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. I'm going to do a move action. So I'm going to move my knight. And I'll move my nobleman. 1, 2.
Okay.
And I get 3 moves and move my merchant over here.
Okay. Are you gonna starve my people again?
I don't know.
That's a yes. All right. So I'm gonna repeat my guild action,
Mm-hmm.
and I will buy all my influence people.
For 3 silver.
Yep. So that's 1 to you,
Mhm.
blood money.
Yes.
1 to the coffer. Terrible.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
That's a lot of influence you have there.
Say about that.
And what you haven't seen us do yet is when we push and pull, like I said before, you have these reeves. And there's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
But if I were to push or pull with my noble, I could put that up here. Anytime I push or pull again with my noble, I'm going to get a point. Plus a point for any of my other reeves out there if I have
Right.
another one, right? That's just how it works. But you
sorry,
lose
okay.
these, and these are so powerful for later.
I didn't take my points for harvesting
2 points.
all those times. I think I harvested twice, right?
Probably. So take
Okay.
2 points.
I always forget to take those.
Yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let me see. I had something planned here, and I'm not sure what it was. So I did moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I'm going to do influence. And I'm going to influence here and create a surf to 10-year landscape.
Yeah, to take over my person.
And I'm going to
More like.
to put one there to rule that town. That's some influence I got there.
Whatever.
No, if I wanted to do that, I would have moved my merchant down there. Because the merchant, as their influence move, you pay $1 and you can swap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it takes me a long time to get down there.
It does. I have no intention of going down there.
I don't know why you do that.
Yet. Yet.
I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. But seriously. I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go? Alright, I'm gonna go up here. Take that. And I want that. What am I, on a farm over there?
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay there.
Why do you stay on my land?
I like being there.
I don't really like you there.
And maybe I'll come down here. What was that? That was only one move, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna go. No, I'll come down here. Get this guy,
Okay.
I guess.
Good?
I don't know, because I really. Well, I guess I could just. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to guild. Do a guild action.
Okay.
And I want to build 2 airships, please.
Okay. Why building airships?
Because we need airships.
No, we don't.
Why don't we?
Are you
Oh,
done?
and I built 2, so I get 5 points.
Okay. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna put down some influence. Here.
Oh,
And here.
okay.
And here.
Oh, surf.
Surfing.
I gotta bring my noble back there. All right. So, is that it for you?
That's all. You're
Okay.
done.
I'm gonna do taxation without representation.
Oh, that's why you brought that guy out.
Yes, that's why,
Yeah.
because he's good at taxing, and you get a bonus when you tax with him. So taxing, one town, you tax for 2 silver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any additional town you rule, you get 1 more silver. I don't have any other towns. However, feudums count too, so I get another silver for my feudum. So it's 3 silver I earned. When you tax with the knight, you get 1 influence token from the supply.
Nice.
All right, that ends that. Let's feed the people.
Okay.
3 food. Wow, I'm like suddenly out of food.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
No, it's not. Yours comes off.
Oh, I put in an extra food. You're
Sure
right.
you did.
I did. Yes, I did. You're ridiculous.
Okay, so they're fed. Roll the progress die. Let's
Okay.
see if we are ready to move. Oh, that would be good.
Hills. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Next round. Yeah.
Okay. And now
These come to you, actually.
Yeah, I am actually player 1, and we get to pick some more actions.
All right.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm going to start out with a harvest on me farm.
Okay.
So she's going to get 4 and 1 for me. All right, your turn. Oh, I get a point.
For harvesting.
Yep.
I am going to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move up here
Mm-hmm.
and take this. And I'm going to move down here and take that.
Wow.
And I'm going to move up here and take that.
Wow. Why are you taking everything off the board?
I need resources, man.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to move as well. So I'm going to need... Oh, I can't.
What?
Can't do that.
You need to buy your airship
I need to
first.
buy my airship first. $3. Go into the guild. I'll take an airship, please.
You can actually pay yourself and pay me.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're the
Journeyman.
So I get $1, you get
Thank
$1.
you.
$1 goes to this coffer. That's a good call. Can I have an airship, please?
All you want is your ship.
I do.
You're like, I'll pay anybody. Just give me the
Just give me
ship.
my ship. Okay,
All right.
that's all I can do.
Done.
Yep.
And influence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. And go here.
Wow. I'm going to have to start starving some people out. There's too many out there. Okay, so I'm going to improve, but I'm going to use the landscape. So where do I have a
Where are you?
surf?
Yeah,
Right
right
here. So I'm going to put in a landscape. It costs me 1 wood to do this. So I'm going to improve. I get 2 points for doing this, for putting a landscape on.
Okay.
And I will now tend the forest. Right?
So you're going to fill that up with food.
Yeah, I gotta pull it from the haversack.
I don't know what kind of food we're getting from the forest.
It's
like
like an
berries
orchard.
and
I guess
stuff,
they're
yeah.
green apples. I'll think of them as green apples. Okay, so there's my orchard.
Okay.
Now I can choose to harvest it immediately
Uh-huh.
or not.
And what will you do?
I'm going to harvest it immediately.
Okay. So one of those goes to me
Yeah,
as the landowner.
2 go to me.
Okay. Perfect. I'm going to improve as well.
Hmm.
So I'm going to build my, boom, silver mine.
Wow.
My sterling silver mine up here.
On my farm.
Build it up there or down here. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I'll put it up here. Makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same shape too. It's like little hills. Okay, so that's gonna fill up with silver, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. You get 2 points for that as well.
Yep. Your turn.
All right, and my last action is just move. Okay, so I'm gonna move this guy down here. Take that. I'm gonna fly somewhere
Anywhere.
with my airship. Well, I just need to get moving. And I have 2 more moves, so I'll go boom, boom, and I'll take that.
Nice. And I will repeat my move action.
Okay.
So I will move maybe down here again and pick up that for 1. And I don't want to leave my ship there for somebody else to take.
You can still fly it.
What?
You fly down here and then fly here.
Well, I was going to come over here and grab some stuff,
Oh.
but
You can leave me your ship. It's cool.
nah. I'm pretty good. I need it to tend to all my land
Yeah,
around here.
that's true.
You know? So. I will come over here. I'll go this way. So I'll leave it right there. And then walk the rest of the way.
All right.
And I'll take one of these and put it down here. And I move up on the little track for
You
that.
do, for a
And
double
I
move.
I get these writs.
Draw 2
Draw
to
two,
keep
pick one. I will keep this guy.
All right, so that was the end
Yes.
of the round. So let us feed.
1, 2, 3.
So I will pay 2 food, and I'm gonna have to give some wine
3 food
to my merchant.
Okay.
So they're all fed. And now,
Roll the progress
roll
die.
the progress.
I'm really
this
interested.
could end it all right here, right now. The mountains. Does not.
Nope, we can't.
So we now.
Roll it again.
So we keep on rolling.
We keep on rolling.
Choose to keep rolling. Mountains. So that's actually safe.
Oh, yeah. That keeps us.
It does not end the epoch. Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So now we begin. All right. Kick us off.
All right.
Actually, I'm paying the saltpeter because I'm
are
doing
you?
5 cards. Yeah.
Ooh, really? Okay. So I'm going to move. And I'm going to move this guy back down here. I'm going to move this guy up here. Take food. And maybe move him.
You already moved him, right?
What?
You didn't pilfer with him, did you?
No.
All right.
And he gets brotherly love anyway.
True. Well, I just want to make sure you didn't pilfer something.
Yeah, I didn't. I pilfered from here.
Okay.
That's it. Don't worry, I'm not pilfering.
You've been pilfering the hell out of my farm. That's what you've been doing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So I don't even have enough to trade in for enough food now. Thank you.
What?
I said now I only can
Fine.
get 2 food versus 3.
You could buy one.
I could do that, but I won't. I've got other plans.
Oh. I don't have any other ready food, I'm sorry.
I know. All right, I'm going to move a couple people around, I think. So I'm going to move him. No, I'm going to keep him there. I'm going to move him 1.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
What?
I couldn't move him down there anyway, because he's on an airplane.
Oh, you just flew there?
I just flew him down there. He'll just stay where he's
Okay.
at.
That's weird.
That was weird.
I'm going to move him here 1. 2. No, I'm going to go 1. Yeah, 1, 2, and then move him. I think I need to leave him there. Yeah, I'll leave him there. That's it.
Okay. I am going to harvest at my farm. That one.
Okay.
And I have 2 farms,
So you get
so I get
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I still only get to take 1 thing.
Yep.
So I'll take food and leave these up there. There's some food for you.
Oh yeah, if I can get to it.
We get to build all those airships, so you could have taken a boat.
That's true. What am I doing here? I'm influencing
Okay.
all over the place.
All right.
Take over that town. Take over that town. Take over that farm.
You're so happy that we had another round.
Why?
The scoring.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Okay. I drew a card that I didn't really need. Okay. I'm gonna repeat
Mm-hmm.
my actually not gonna do that. I'm gonna play my guild action first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a push from
The priest?
brother, yeah.
Well, just take a 3 because they're both 3s.
And that's only a 5,
But
so
you get 4 points.
that's 4 points.
Yep.
Your
Okay. I'm gonna do a guild action as well. I think I'm gonna buy some.
Oh, and I get half his money too.
You pushed, right?
Yeah.
So you get 2. I think I want to do this, don't I? Or do I want to trade? Yeah, I probably should trade her all my food, all my stuff for food. So I'm gonna give her 5 items.
Mm.
Shake them up, and if there's any overflow,
There
you have
should
to
be
get rid of them.
4,
There should be.
6,
There's
7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
15,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So exactly enough. So
Yep.
you can push none of it.
Why?
Oh yeah, you push 5 of it.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
we just fill this up.
Fill
right?
them all up, yeah. So fill him, and then fill.
1, 2.
Yep.
And then
I get 2 food, right? For that trade.
Mm-hmm. 5. I just did like 1 of each until. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Should be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay. All right. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna repeat my guild action again.
All right.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'll take the rosary bead.
You're gonna do that again?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that's worth 5 points.
Yeah. And $1.
All right, here you go. I will do a repeat of a guild action, and I'm going to push 2 beads over. So I need a 5, 11, or 17. Wow, that's so high. I'm never going to get 5.
Hmm.
Because he doesn't have any beads left.
Mm-mm.
Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to buy from her. Here's 3 silver. Yeah, I'll take that. No, that's
Okay.
it.
So you have 1 card left, right?
I do. Because I paid the extra.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do an improve.
Mm.
I'm going to turn that into a farm.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that cost me to do that? It costs a
Should
wood.
be a wood, right?
Piece of wood. Get a farm. It's epoch 2. I score 3 points. And it is in the tree region.
Hills, yeah.
So I get that.
What is that? Oh,
Sulfur mine.
Sulfur.
What?
Cool. All right.
Woo. Okay, so feed
Oh, feed your people.
all my people.
All my peoples are starving.
So he doesn't have to eat because
No,
he's
that's
got
good.
food, and I've got 2 to feed the other 2. Sweet.
Nice. Ooh, I have a sulfur on there too.
Where?
That one. I'll just put. There's 3 food.
Okay.
Mmm.
Okay, so that was it. Now we roll the progress die.
Yes.
And we get the mountains again.
Mountains.
All right, so it's evening up.
Yeah.
All right, so we are more than
Yeah.
sufficient for epoch 3. So we will push this up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And epoch 3 is a little different, but first thing we do is score guilds.
Yes.
5, 10, 15,
You have 20, right?
20 points.
All right. So you're at
57.
30. Okay. And I think 13.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 62. Landscapes and active regions. So here we go. Landscapes, if they have nothing on them, they're worth 2. If they have goods, they're worth 4. You get 4, I get 2. Active regions. So how many regions are you active in?
All of them.
Are you?
1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6.
You are. And active regions, 6 active regions
Okay,
is
9.
11
That's
points.
11. Okay. So 66,
77.
77.
Where am I? I've got 1,
Two.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
4. So 4 gets.
No. Oh yeah.
7.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
right.
No, I thought you had one more, but you
5,
don't.
6, 7. I just don't have this region.
And this
Or
one.
the islands,
Yeah.
which I need to get out to. I'll get there soon enough. Okay, so I get rid of this saltpeter because I was spent last round. And moving on, we are now subtract victory points for disloyalty.
We're not doing that this round.
We are not.
Yes.
And we now, which I
Need to do that.
would need to, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are now replenishing landscapes.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can pull 3 food, and you pull 3 coins, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to choose whether or not I want to take it or leave it now. I will take the food. So I'll take 2, you get 1.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to leave them.
Why? You don't need that.
I want them to accumulate.
Okay.
So you want to take all your money?
So
or-
I have like $3
Yep.
around there.
Yep, $6. Your call.
No, I'll leave it. I think
All
I'm
right.
good.
Replenish the map. So
Yes.
E. So all the east gets it. So another 6 of these come out. 1,
It's west. Here's east.
2.
Did I just put one there? Yeah. There's one.
3, 4, 5. Is that it? Is there any more?
I think there's only 5 easts.
Are there?
Yeah, because this region doesn't have an east. It's just north
Here.
and southwest.
East.
Oh, okay.
There's 6.
Perfect. Okay, they put this one out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now we replenish the guild, Epoch 3.
Right.
So we bring it back to where it was at setup. So we, it's the easiest way to do this is to look at a picture of the book because there's no way you're going to remember that. So they're going to have 3, 3, and then those are full. So the food needs to get full on the merchant. So here's the bag. So fill the merchant's food. We go 3, 3 on the alchemist. The top 2 are 3, so they're full. The food gets 1, and the saltpeter gets 3.
Okay. And on that side?
Yeah, so she gets her Ritz, and he gets
She
4.
has 10, so that's-
He gets 4 beads.
There you go. So now you have your beads to do your things.
Okay. Wow, that was a 5. Sweet, I gotta push that over. Yeah, so that's it. End of round. I get the
Yep.
goods. I start us off, and we are now on Epoch 3.
All right. Should be a quick one.
Yeah. All right. First things first. Going to tax. So
Tax the-
2, 3, $4
Okay.
in taxes, and I get actually, and the feudum is 5.
That's good.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and I get an influence token for the night. Your turn.
Oh, I just thought of something. Okay. I am going to do this improve action. So I'm going to improve my farm to a town down here
Okay.
on the river. See, it's already a little cute town.
Rivertown.
River town.
Epoch 3, you get 5 points. And you pull the dunes
Yeah.
tile, the number 2. Alright.
Stupid improvement.
Good.
Yeah, I have to pay a
wood?
for that, though. No, a black one. There you go.
Alright. And I'm going to do the same thing. I have the haversack. I have to pay a black one as well. And I'm going to improve a town from a farm. So I'm going to do this one now. Because it gets pilfered anyway. So I get 5 points. And I choose the Badlands. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Another silver mine.
Yeah, I just drew another
Awesome.
like, silver mine.
Oh, silver mine.
I'm thinking, like... Maybe I'll do this. Alright, I'm gonna do my guild action and trade all my stuff for food.
Okay.
So that's 6. So I get 2 food. I'll just take these 2.
6.
Yep. Oh, no, I can't do that because these actually go to her, right?
Yeah, all go to her.
So-
Yeah. How much is that?
Okay. That's 6, so I get 2 food.
3 food. It's
3 food,
two
yeah,
for
2
one.
her.
Yeah.
And now she's got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All right. So draw one at random to throw. Oh no, she's got
She's got
8. Wow.
18 she can hold, so she's fine.
Oh
So
no.
6 of them need to go.
How much does she have in 16?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 6. Yeah. So random. Yeah. So push 6 out if you can. The rest go in the trash.
Yeah,
Randomly.
that stinks. Well, yeah, he's full, so we can put 2 food over here. We can put a sulfur over there.
So
That's 3.
3 need to get
So 3 need to go.
trashed. So much waste.
It is.
You gotta do some shopping. All right. So you just traded with the farmer.
Yep, myself.
So I'm going to go and trade with the merchant because he's got too much stuff. So if I buy 3 items, I will spend 3 silver, 1 to me, 1 to him, and 1 to him. And I will take 3 food.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna move. And I don't really know where I want to go. I guess I'll go up here. 1, 2. Grab that food.
Are you in a boat or submarine?
Yeah, I'm in a boat.
Oh.
Oh,
But
there's
that can
no
only be
waves
reached
there.
by submarine.
Oh.
So you're not taking that food.
Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta watch you. You just like fly
I'm just
from
like,
place to
just
place.
Flying around. I even said that earlier.
Yep.
Like I specifically made that point. Okay, so I don't know where he's gonna move then. I guess he can move up here. We'll just go up here then. Like 1, 2. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll move like this guy maybe. 3.
So harvest 1 point.
Nice.
Okay. So I get 5 plus 1 for every farm. So that's 5, 6, and Feudum. 7.
Okay.
Every farm in
That's
Feudum.
good. So you can pilfer 2. Or
I can.
get your kickbacks.
And get 7. So what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I pulled all food. And 2 for me. Yeah, that silver's going right in the barrel.
Okay. Is that it?
Ah, that's it for me. What do you got?
I'm
Times 2.
repeating my
I'm gonna
move.
move again.
What? I'm a big mover.
You're
I'm a mover and a
just
shaker.
flying around,
Oh yeah.
like where you can't
He
fly.
can't go down there. I'll just walk. He can walk. He's a priest.
You can.
So I'll just take that.
All right. That's 1.
1. 2, 3. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I whip on this thing.
Okay, that's it. Feed your people. So I'm going to feed them 2 and a sulfur to my
2,
merchant.
3.
Okay, roll the die. Mountains.
Oh, that did it.
That did it.
Whoops.
There you go. Man, that hurts.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to get hit.
Yeah.
Wow, I really need to start.
Well, you did the improvement, didn't you? That made the other one go.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start crushing your people. Crushing their spirits. I'm going to spend all next round doing that. Ah, that's terrible. All right, so where are we now?
End
of the epoch.
Spread out a lot. So.
Okay, so let's score guilds again.
Okay.
So 5, 10,
So still
15,
20
20.
and 13, right?
Yep, 72, 82, 92, and you have 13.
Yeah.
82, 95, all right. Landscapes and active regions. So I get 4, and you get 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Active regions. So you had all of them,
Yes.
right? So that was 11 points. 10, and mine was 7 points. Okay. And then we had subtract for disloyalty. So I lose 4 points.
Yeah.
All right, not too bad. And then replenish landscapes. Okay, so we replenish now, and then we can take.
Right.
Every time you replenish, you have the option of taking. Okay, so you get 3 more coins. Do you want them all? Or you leave them sit?
I'm going to leave them.
Wow, that's ridiculous. All right, I'm going to take them. You can have your food.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about food for the rest of the game.
That's good.
Okay, so replenish the map.
So we're on Western.
Western, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
That's food coming from.
Right there, and 6 is here.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
that's it. So you are now player 1. We are on epoch 4. One more.
Almost done.
At the end of this epoch, we just need to reveal one epoch 5
Yeah,
file.
we're.
Could be
we're
one round.
To get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
All right. I'm going to start with a guild action.
Hmm.
And I'm going to put my wreath up here. My reeve.
Oh, your Eve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to push.
Okay.
So what do I get? The top and the
Top and
bottom?
the bottom.
Like, could be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
2,
You got the 2.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was enough.
Yeah, you get
I
6
did more than
points.
9. Okay. So 6 points.
All right.
And +1.
Oh yeah, for your Reeve. All right, I'm going to start with the move.
Okay.
So I'm going to fly this guy. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I'm going to improve. I'm going to pay a black one, an iron, to turn my farm into a town.
Town.
And that is mountains.
Wow, you just ended it.
Yep. Oh, I get this.
Why did you end the epoch?
What?
Why would you end the epoch?
I'm ready for this to be over. I don't want you to starve my people.
Oh, okay.
I get points for that, though. More importantly, I get 6 points.
Okay. Wow, that was cruel.
Well, I don't have any other farms. So everything else I have is a town, except for that thing. But I don't have any.
Yeah, that was
You're not gonna
rough.
do that.
That was very rough. Okay. I see how this is. I guess I'll do a guild action. No, I'll do a repeat and move 1, 2, and 3. I can't move there. You can't fly there.
Yeah. He's
You
like,
can only
I'm
go
a
up like
knight.
here. No. I'll leave him. He doesn't need to move.
I didn't set myself up properly for this. I really didn't mean to end it that quickly.
Well, you did.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to influence.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
That's it. Your turn.
All right. Well, I have to try to starve your people.
Okay. Oh, you know what's funny? Okay, so I have my defend card
Yeah.
because I figured you were going to do that. But to use it, I have to pay a food.
Of course.
And that's going to cost me more in the end.
I know, but you
So
have
I'm
to
not
play
going to
it.
do it. I don't have to play it.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure I don't have to play it if I don't want to.
Okay, then you'll just get a point for it at the end of the round.
Right.
Okay, so these goes back. I get that.
Because I think it would cost me more.
You're gonna lose influence in Yacht Guild
You know what I mean?
because you're not gonna be able to feed a pawn.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I agree.
not-
I agree.
Actually, that's not true. I will use it. Send him back.
Okay, pay the food.
And I'll pay the food.
Okay.
I feel like this might be the wrong way to do this, but I can do it.
All right, you wanted to block it. You blocked it.
Well, do you want me not to?
No, you blocked it. That was a good move.
I was preempting it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Mhm.
I paid a whole saltpeter to put that card in.
I believe it.
So I'll repeat. But I'll repeat my guild action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just go to the merchant and buy another food.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
Like, that works.
I don't get all 3 of them. I just get 1.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there.
All right.
Did I get my dollar when I pushed last time?
I don't think so.
Just one.
Well, yeah, then. Well, you blocked me, but I think I still get it. Because even if you lose combat,
Yeah,
you
even
still
if you
get
lose
it.
it, you still get that. You still get to cover it up. So it still worked.
I guess. What do I do now? All right, I guess I'll use my push action here
Okay.
just to push. I get to push 2 of these over
Okay.
and see what they are. 3 and a 2. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 shy. So I get 5 points.
That's so good, though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. All right, that's it.
That's it.
That ends it. Okay, so let us see. Feed your people.
Okay.
3 food.
2 and a sulfur, which I guess I could just put in.
Yeah, that's fine. And now we roll the die. Not that it matters because it's over. That would have ended it anyway.
Yeah, see? So I don't have to feel so bad.
Right, I would still feel bad. So now we score gilts. 5, 10, 15, 20 for me.
Oh, couldn't I have traded this in for a food?
You could have, yes.
Oh, that would have been a better move.
Probably. 124, and you get how many?
What? For
Gilts,
my gilts?
yeah.
13.
13. Landscapes, so you're going to get
4.
4, and I get 2. And now we score active regions, so you get 11, because that stayed. Mm-hmm. And I still have 7 points, because I haven't gotten any more regions. I'm going to lose 5 points.
How many do you get? 7?
7. So just give me 2, because I'm going to lose 5 for disloyalty. We don't do any of the replenishing, because it doesn't...
Oh, because you were making up from last round.
Yeah, I needed another epoch. Well, another round, really.
Yeah.
And then we do end of game final scoring.
Okay.
So this is a little bit different. So end game, we score epic voyages. So you did one.
I
You
did.
have 7 points for that.
Do I get 7 or 9? Because I'm
You're
lead.
the lead, so you get 9. You're right. Let's see, score at the end. Large empires. So outposts, farms, and towns ruled. You get 1 victory point for every one.
Outposts,
Yeah.
farms,
And
and
towns.
towns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 points. And I get 1 for each as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 3 for my feudum. Shillings are worth 1 victory point each.
Do I get those?
Nope.
Why?
Because you didn't collect them.
What?
1,
Are you
2,
sure at the end
3,
of the round
4.
we
There
don't get
is no
those?
collecting.
Aw, that's
I don't think so. It would have said
stupid.
that.
They're
Yeah,
on
because
my farm.
well, it said. Well, I guess hold on. It says we score landscape. So you kept it on there.
Yeah.
Do you want to take them?
Instead of getting the 4 points?
Yeah, you're gonna only get 2 points, but you're gonna get all that money.
Yeah, but that's kind of like going back and...
I guess.
Well, the thing is, if you because I think we thought about this before. If you put them on there in Epoch 4,
Mm-hmm.
at the dawn of Epoch 4, you're never going to get them back. If that's the case.
Well, no, because we do go through the whole end game scoring bit, and that's part of it. Part of
You
it
think
is
that's part of
either
it?
taking them or scoring them.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I'll score them because it's definitely more than 4 points.
All right.
It's 9.
Well, I get one of them, so it's 8.
8. So I get 4 more points.
Yep. And I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for my dollars.
Oops. Oh, wait, but I get 2 more because I actually have 2 shillings.
Okay.
I dropped 1. How many do you get?
5. And then so 3 identical feudums. Feudum was wild. That's weird. Royal writs. Do you have any writs with seals?
Yeah, that's 3 identical of anything, and feudums are wild.
Oh, 3 identicals of anything. Yeah, so 3
like
points
you
for
have
sets.
a set of 1, 2, 3 towns,
Yep. And I've got 1, 2,
farms,
3
plus
farms.
there. So how
that's
many?
6 points.
Okay.
And you've got a set of towers. You've got 1, 2, wait, 1.
I have a set of towers only because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 towers, and I have 3 towns.
So you get 2 sets. It's 6.
Yeah.
Did you get any writs done?
No, because all I had was this stupid one where I cash stuff in for money.
What do I have? Do I have anything in the mountains? 1,
The Badlands.
2, the Badlands. 2. I have 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So that's gonna be worth 7 points.
Nice.
All right. So that was it. This was a map
Completed.
writ. Yep. That's it.
All right.
That's the game. All right. Wow, that was like epic.
Yes.
All right.
That was
Let's go
epoch.
talk about it.
Okay.
All right. There you go. Feudum. Full playthrough. Took us like
That was a real yawn.
It took us like 2 weeks to get to this point.
It's
And I'm sure we screwed something up. There's
I'm
no
sure
question.
we did.
Wow.
No, we got this. I'm trying to, it might have even been more than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but it was 2 weeks of rules reading and watching
that really good video.
There is a phenomenally published rules and setup video out there that's fully narrated, animated. It
is very good.
Is top notch.
Yeah.
So if you are planning to learn this game, you start there.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
So with that out of the way, let's talk about the game.
Okay. This was very unique because it's, I mean, and we introduced obviously at the beginning too that, it's area control, it's action selection, and it's organized in kind of a funny way because there's a lot to do, and in a way it is a little bit like sandboxy where you can kind of run around and do whatever.
Very much.
But you're taking, you're going through that deck and you're saying, okay, I've got 4 things to do this round. Yeah. And I'm thinking like if you're playing with a larger group and even when it's just us playing this, having it down to those 4 things, you kind of have a plan.
Right.
And then it's just a matter of hope my plan doesn't get screwed up.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
Definitely. There's a lot of scoring engines in this game.
There are.
I mean, a lot. So you could go the guild route and just try to score guild actions.
Yeah.
You could go the map route and just try to cover the map as best you can.
Right. You
can go the feudum route and try to just build feudums, right? Which also kind of gives you a lot of influence in the guilds and gets you some points there.
Yeah.
But, like I said, there's a lot of different options here and you can do a little of all of it, but I'm not sure yet which one's the best.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
And even like the several times that we've set this out and, we've tried to go through it and figure out what works best. And this time we even tried some different strategies too, which we won't get into.
Yeah.
You watched the playthrough, I guess. But,
yeah.
Like, in a way, I kind of feel like if you go feudums, you have to build like more than one. Like it's to make it worth it.
To make it worth your while,
right?
You definitely need to build a bunch. You definitely need to fight.
Yeah.
And I all I did was start the people twice.
Yeah.
I should have been fighting.
Yes.
And I think that was my downfall the last few rounds was that I should have took my knight, a whole pocket full of saltpeter, because you can throw as much on that knight to boost up their attack.
Right.
And just whacked the other pawns off the board.
Yeah.
And then taken control.
You could have brought out the monster.
Could have brought them. I could have called out. Yeah. See, we didn't even bring out the monsters.
This isn't fun at all.
But you know how we play.
Yeah.
And that becomes a very take thatty game.
It
where
does.
It's like, I'm going to smash your pawns for the next 3 rounds.
Right.
And that's just not how we play.
Well, and because the thing is, and we're kind of talking about replayability here too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because this can be played a lot of different ways. The thing is, when we're playing and we have the opportunity to not have confrontation, we tend to not have confrontation. I turtle up.
Yeah.
I go off and try to do my own thing as far away from everybody else as possible.
Yep.
And, even if you're coming around trying to like kill my people, I'm just building other stuff somewhere else.
Right.
So I will probably never go that route just because that's just not the way I like to play. I don't think it's mean. I'm not being judgy or anything. It's just, it doesn't make me comfortable. So, with a 2-player setup of this game, and nothing's really been changed too much for 2 players as far as setup or gameplay goes, as far as like there's no AI, right? There's nothing else like clogging up the board. It's very, very open.
Sure.
With more people, I think this would be a very different game.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're going to have a lot more conflict. You're going to be fighting over zones, over areas, over towns. And you're going to really start to see a lot of the influence manipulation, a lot of the, buying influence in towns, replacing people, a lot more of the starving. I don't mind the starving because I think it doesn't...
It's not that bad.
It's an aggressive action, but it doesn't really hurt the other player.
Yeah.
All that much at all.
Right.
But it gets you your little seal on that war track. And I think that's the easiest way to get it without, pissing somebody off.
I guess.
Because taking their pawn off the board is brutal, right?
Especially before scoring.
Right before scoring, if they don't have a chance to get them back on,
right?
You're that's 5 points in the guild.
Well, and if you're playing with more people, you're all kind of filling up these guilds as journeymen and apprentices. And what happens, as you saw during the playthrough, was if somebody gets bumped off of that guild for some reason, everybody else slides up.
They all move up.
So even if you jump back on the board somehow, you've got to somehow, like, you know, rebuild what you've lost.
Yeah, reestablish.
To get, you know, back up in the guild, which is a fun part of the game. And again, I feel like at 2, maybe we didn't get to explore too much. I mean, with more players, you're also going to have less turns.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got several turns in before the epochs ended. With more players, you're going to be flipping more of these improvement tiles, landscape tiles and stuff. So it's probably, maybe not play quicker, but, you know, you're going to get less turns.
Fewer rounds.
How are you going to use those turns,
Yep.
you know, when you're constantly having to defend yourself or be aggressive? So that might change the gameplay a little bit. But we will talk about the 2-player version. So replayability, I think, is still fairly high.
I think so too. Yeah, I think you could come at this game, like I said, so many different ways that, you know, you're going to have a different experience every time.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. So how about weight?
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
This is a heavy game. We like heavy.
Say audience.
But it's a tough game to learn, just to wrap your head around. But once you do, it kind of makes sense. And a lot
It
of
does,
things,
yeah.
the guild
It's
part,
quicker.
the whole push and pull is like, what is even happening with this? But it all makes sense when you learn it, right?
Right.
And the whole influence bit and manipulating that takes a while. But like I said, read the book, watch the videos, and eventually you'll get it.
Well, and this is another one too, where, you know, we always recommend with these kinds of games, throw it on the table, set it up as you're reading through, as you're watching your videos and stuff. Play through a round if you can, play through 2 rounds, and then wipe it and start over. Don't even try to play for points. Or
Yeah, just get a feel for the mechanics before you
yes.
start worrying about strategy. Right?
Yeah.
Once you know the mechanics, the strategy will follow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. We'll talk about theme.
Theme and then components,
Yeah.
right? So it's cool theme.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
so
the theme, the art, they're phenomenal. The components, top quality, really thick
Absolutely.
cardboard. The monsters are awesome looking. So if you want, you got to get these on the board.
You really do. And I wanted to get these on.
Yeah.
But my knight strategy got screwed up at some point, and like
The cost
I
is
couldn't
high.
Get it.
It costs you 3 influence points when you pull the influence markers off the board
Right.
to get him out there. But they do increase your movement by 1, as if you have another
Yes.
troop on the board, and they can be used to fight and pilfer.
Plus, they look awesome.
And they look awesome.
And this one goes in the river.
Yeah,
and
he
the monster goes
swims
on land.
and on the surface and submerged. This guy flies and goes over land.
Yeah.
So they're both kind of different. So they're, you know, restricted to certain sides of the
Yeah.
board. But definitely cool to get them out if you can.
But as far as like components and things like that goes, I love the art. I mean, this like the tertiary colors game always gets me.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's a beautiful
instant
game.
love.
The board is massive.
It is,
As you see.
yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But
yeah, and the iconography takes a little while to get used to, but
It does.
I would say all the supplementals they give you. I mean, these like the player cards, like this is all you need.
Yeah.
Once you kind of understand how to play the game, this is the only reference sheet you need.
The rule book is pretty good.
It
I'm not
is
gonna
very
lie.
good,
It
yeah.
tells you pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And pretty clearly. So it's not a huge rule book considering
not,
for
yeah.
what is in this game. It's not a huge rule book.
Yeah.
So I was pretty surprised by that.
Okay, cool. Fun factor. Did you have fun?
It's a fun game.
Even though it ended too quickly.
It doesn't end too quickly. Like you're gonna, you know, like any of these games, they build up, and then it ends, and you're like, oh, just about to make the big move.
Yeah.
And how many times does that happen to you? You know, it's like all the time. But while it's going, it really is a satisfying engine builder.
I agree.
Because it's not like you're building your engine in front of you. You're building an engine on the board.
Right.
And in the guilds are your engine. The map is your engine. And it's just really neat to see, you know, all of that happening out here instead of like right here in front of you,
Yeah.
where you're just like focused on this.
Right.
This is it.
I
Like,
think
this
the
is where it's
fun
at.
is in like the decisions that you have to make because you're not really precluded from doing anything.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a guild master, you
Yeah.
can still, as you saw, you can still pay resources under certain circumstances
Yep.
to take an action that you may not be able to take otherwise. But it's about weighing like, is it worth doing this versus that? Is it worth moving this guy here instead of over there? Or do I use my repeat on move so I can move up the epic track or whatever? Or do I repeat a guild action?
Exactly.
You know, so those kind of decisions, if you're into that, I think are, you know, it is a lot of fun.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know how you want to talk about expectations or if this met them or exceeded them or if you even
Yeah.
had any.
You know what? I had no idea what to expect.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I can say that it was. It's hard to say it blew my expectations if I didn't have any
Right,
expectations.
exactly.
No, but I also I was very happy with what we received in the experience of this game. Put it that way.
Yeah, that was very well put. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Did you want to go over pros and cons really quickly?
Yeah, I'd say.
Do it very quickly.
Yeah, really quick.
Cons, heavy.
Cons is heavy, very high learning curve here. It's a long game. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of time to play it. And if there's take that, if you don't like take that, then this may not be something that you're thrilled about because you have to do it, at least to some degree.
Right.
I would think.
Yeah.
Especially with a higher player count.
Yeah.
Pros, though, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's unique.
It's satisfying.
It's satisfying.
All the way around. Yeah.
And it's deep. There's a lot of strategy to learn here. So.
Yeah.
Really, really.
For
good
as long
game.
as it is, I could easily the more we play it, the more I kind of you don't worry so much about the rules and stuff, and you just want to throw it back out there and try again.
Yeah, and you start to appreciate sort of the relationship between all the guilds and the influence and the board, and it really comes through and it pops.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
really good stuff.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's pretty.
It's probably
much
long
it.
enough.
Yeah.
For you guys,
this was definitely one that we were looking forward to.
Yeah.
And this is a demo copy for review that we received from the publisher. So we thank you for that. And we hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.